your mouth. One day you were like, very like living a normal day. And then the next day things were like really hard and out of control. And so can you just talk a little bit about that? Because there are going to be people who are listening who A, have walked through that, or B, are loving someone who has, or C, that might be the next in their horizon. And so if you could go back to Hannah in 2016, and again, you there's no way, 2020 vision is great looking back, but how would you encourage yourself in that particular moment of walking through that such difficult time that you were enduring?
I didn't obviously no one walks through any of those times like completely perfectly, but I definitely could tell you that what was happening, the warning signs were happening and I was ignoring them. I was hustling way too much, way too fast. That was what the culture was glorifying at the time. And it couldn't hold. It really couldn't hold. And I think the thing I would go back and tell her if I could prevent anything was to say, hey, you need to root yourself. Like you need to have some sense of home and you need to let people in, because where it happened in Atlanta, and I had just moved to Atlanta 6 months earlier. And I thought that I could move to a new place on the map and get by without really opening up to other people, without really planning my roots down. I thought I could still live this almost like a suitcase life where I grab and I go and I come back, but that's not what God had for me. That's not what he wanted for me. And so I would encourage somebody, because when that darkness hit, it was real and it was scary. And I remember having to fly back home to Connecticut, where I was from, because that was where the people who knew me were. And so I'm so thankful, and I attribute my life today to the people that surrounded me in that loved me through that didn't come at me trying to tell me what I needed to change or adjust or to try to over spiritualize why I was in this space, but they showed up to do the holding and to make the cups of tea for me and to just be with me in that dark time. And so I get so much peace from knowing that we talk a lot about endurance. The Bible talks a lot about endurance, but the actual definition of endurance means to remain in existence. And that was just some days. And that's completely okay. If that's you right now, then it's I'm just remaining. That's all I have the strength to do. That's okay. And sometimes the victory is putting on the pants. Sometimes the victory is, brushing your hair, whatever that is. But those small victories, keep track of them, because they stack up. Those are the breadcrumbs that lead you out of the woods.